A few years ago, my brother was in a relationship with a lady who was financially stable. Despite having no job or a business or a source of income, my brother would often borrow large sums of money from her to fund his gambling and drinking lifestyle, and she would not hesitate to lend it to him, knowing he had no way to pay her back. She was in love. Fast forward to when the relationship ended. The woman suddenly became rational. She calculated the total amount of money my brother has borrowed from her throughout the period of their relationship, demanding that he paid her back every single penny. She even called me one day asking me to pay up the money my brother owed her. Imagine the audacity. Believe me when I tell you that when a woman is in love, her logical reasoning immediately hibernates into sleep mode. And this also holds true for a man who has an erection. His brain is automatically switched off and will not come on until he has ejaculated, except by some divine intervention. If you have had a similar experience and are wondering why this is always the case, I would give you a psychological explanation for this. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the concept of emotional hijacking. Now, during romantic love encounters, the brain releases dopamine and oxytocin, which creates feelings of pleasure, attachment, and bonding. These neurotransmitters in the brain can overpower rational thinking, leading to impulsive decisions. These impulsive decisions are taken without thinking about the consequences. That is why you can see a wealthy female executive meet a financially unstable man online or at an event, and they both hit it off with an intense romantic encounter. She starts spending all her earnings and savings on lavish dates and gifts. Because of this overwhelming emotional connection, she would ignore every legitimate concern about this guy's lack of financial stability and integrity. At this point, she doesn't care about anything else because her logical reasoning ability has been overridden by her emotions. Her emotions become the primary driver of her decision making rather than logic and rational thinking. Whether it is a man or a woman in love, they would begin to act impulsively without fully considering the consequences of their actions. That is why a man who has an understanding wife and hungry children at home can spontaneously lavish his hard-earned money on a girl he has never met before just to get in bed with her. Immediately after reaching the climax of sexual orgasms, his eyes will clear and immediately begin to regret his action. Anyone experiencing emotional hijacking will always exhibit reduced cognitive functioning. Emotional hijacking can be triggered by intense emotions and lead individuals to make decisions that might not be in their own best interests, such as ignoring red flags in relationship and making significant sacrifices. If peradventure you find yourself exhibiting irrational behavior either for someone you care deeply about or harbor an intense sexual desire, your deliverance will come if you can implement these strategies in your life. Identify your emotional triggers. Be aware of the emotions that trigger your impulsive decisions. Reflect on your past experiences. To analyze your past experiences and encounters to identify patterns of irrational behavior. Develop emotional awareness. Recognize and label your emotions to better manage them. Find healthy outlets for emotional expressions such as exercise, journaling, or creative activities. Take time to reflect on your thoughts and feelings before making important decisions. Consult with a trusted friend, family, or therapist to get outside perspectives and gain new insights. Weigh the pros and cons by making a list of the advantages and disadvantages of a decision to help you make a more rational choice. By implementing these strategies, you can develop a better sense of self-awareness, which will help you to make more rational decisions in your romantic relationships. Always remember that our emotions can truly hijack our common sense and lead us to take impulsive decisions in our romantic relationships. As I wrap up this episode, I encourage you to take a step back and reflect on your own experiences with respect to emotional hijacking. Identify your own emotional triggers. Develop emotional awareness and seek outside perspectives when needed. And by doing so, you will be better equipped to navigate the complexities of romantic love relationships and make decisions that align with your life goals and values. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of Rant Unscripted, and I'll catch you again in the next episode. Cheers.